Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Can you tell us about the book, The Adventure Jar? What is it all about?
The Adventure Jar is a book about a family living with metastatic breast cancer. And in this book, we look at their life. Their summer wasn't going to go as planned because the mother is in treatment. And so they make plans to have adventures locally around their neighborhood. But even then, things don't always go as planned. But what's beautiful about this book is that even in the hard moments, they take a moment and they look for the magic. They'll look for the magic of where they are, and they use their imagination. And as a family, they're transformed into new adventures. And I think it's such a great takeaway for all of us that when things aren't going well, that we can shift our perspective and find good in our situations.
Now, how does this book reflect your personal journey and perhaps resonate with you in your own experience?
When I was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, my children were young, and I had to also figure out how to parent through cancer. And when I read this book, when I got this book in its final copies and I held it, I was moved to tears because it does connect with my story, and probably most women's story who are living with this disease. Even last week, my daughter's birthday and my treatment fell on the same day, and her expectations for the day and my ability to live up to those just didn't align. And I have to continuously help my children move through uncertainty and even disappointment while we live with this disease in our lives.
Did you collaborate on this book? Were you guiding the author? Did you write parts of it?
So Gilead Science has put together a group of 8 diverse women, and we all collaborated and brought our stories, our experiences to this project. And from these experiences, the book emerged, the book was created. But we all came together, we talked about the disease and our experience there, but also what we wanted the book to look like. What did the mom look like? Should she have hair or should she be bald, right? The way the characters are designed came from our experiences and our opinions on how we want cancer to look.
Your experience being diagnosed with breast cancer, how has it impacted your life and your family's lives?
When I was diagnosed, my children were 2, 4, and 6. So when I looked at them, I knew that every minute of their life, all their memories would be impacted by cancer. And so I had to decide how it would impact them, right? Because it could impact them negatively, but there was a potential for that to impact them positively. And so I really have lived my entire life now since my diagnosis, raising them with this intention that using difficulties to make them stronger. And so this is the filter that I've had to live under for the last 8 years with this disease.
And what does your future look like currently with your family and with the disease?
Anyone living with metastatic breast cancer is going to remain in treatment for their lifetime. And I think that's another really important thing to note here with this book is that when we look at this mother in treatment, she could be on any number of treatments because this is part of the children's life now. The mom will always be in treatment. And so my life looks the same. I've been in treatment for 8 years, and I'll continue to be in treatment for the rest of my life.
Finally, what is the message that you want others to take away from this book?
I truly hope that when children are reading this book, they feel known. They realize they're not the only one whose mother is going through this disease, and that in some way eliminates some of their isolation. And I hope that the women who are reading this book to their children, that they're encouraged. This is not how they planned their life to look, right? They didn't expect their story to be impacted by cancer. But now that it is, that they could be encouraged that there's good. We can find good in our relationship with our children. We can use our imagination to create adventures. We can do many good things no matter what our strength looks like on a day-to-day basis. So if you are impacted by metastatic breast cancer, we want to invite you to download a free copy or even order a hard copy for free at the website expose-mbc.com, and that's MBC like metastatic breast cancer.
Thank you so much for your courage and for sharing your story. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.